If there's anything that goes hand in hand with firearms, if you're a serious firearms person, it's got to be firearms technology. Some really cool technology that's come to the front as of late are the new thermal imaging devices. They used to be very, very expensive. They used to be so cost prohibitive that we didn't even really bother to talk about them a lot. But recently there are several devices that are inexpensive, and some of them work with your smartphone that you already have. That keeps the price down because your smartphone already has the processor, and that takes care of a big part of the money. Today, we're starting some testing with the FLIR 1, and this works, at least today, with my Galaxy S4. And because of what we do, we're going to test it in conjunction with firearms, and maybe a few other interesting things. When we tested the Seek XR, I did it in my office, in the studio, around the house, and around the garage to show some things that it may be useful for. Certainly we don't need an excuse to need these things, but if you're looking for one, there are all kinds of practical reasons to have one. Some of the comments that I received were, how about show us some things that may be applicable to our world as firearms enthusiasts? So we're going to start today by firing some rounds through the BCI Defense American Series short-barreled rifle. This particular one, I love it. I have it so it's set up with the Law Tactical folding stock. Absolutely love the tiny signature on this gun. We're using the Trijicon reflex sight that we've been testing. So far, fantastic. And what we want to illustrate today is the ability to see the heat difference in the barrel after firing just one magazine. Let's see how it changes. Right now, it's dark. The whole rifle is dark because it's very cold, or the same temperature as the air. I assume that's going to change really quick. Now that's only 10 rounds, and I can't feel the heat from that yet, but we can already see it. The heat from the barrel warming up is starting to emanate through the handguards, and the handguard itself is warming up as well. Let's fire a few more. And 20 rounds. Now again, I can feel that it's a little warmer, but I can't really see any big difference. You're going to see on the thermal imaging, the entire front end of the firearm has heated up immensely. Let's fire a few more. Forgot I had some steel downrange. Love to hear that noise hitting the shootsteel.com targets. So that's 30 rounds fired. I'll take a still shot of the before, and I'll take a still shot from right now so you can see the difference in the gun, what it looks like before when it's cold, and then again after firing 30 rounds. Now these devices do far more than just allow us to see that there has been some change, some temperature difference. You can actually use them, as you can see, to measure the temperature. And that's a really important tool if you do what I do, testing firearms. It's a really important tool anyway, and once you have that ability, you'll find how useful it is. By far, the most popular question I'm asked when discussing thermal imaging is, how the hell do you hide from it? And that's something that we're going to explore a little bit. There are some things that you could do that you may think would be beneficial and helpful that really don't do anything at all. There are some other things that you may not tend to think of that are pretty amazing. Remember, you're not seeing light or reflected light or even a picture, you're looking at data. And that data is affected by temperature. So let's say, let's look at my hands. Now my hands are going to be pretty hot. So we take a cold bottle of water and just hold that. Obviously by the color, you can see that that's much colder than my hand is. It doesn't take long before that transfers over to my hand. So if I wanted to disappear, to be not so visible, to not be able to see all this red on thermal imaging, I think the first thing that I would do is take some cold water and use that to start to disappear, because the change in temperature is going to be reflected immediately. And again, you'd have to be a little bit creative with this, but I think that it should be clear what's happening. Man, that water is really cold and the temperature is really hot outside. Whew. But I think you get the picture. So that's just a tiny peek into the FLIR 1 and what it's capable of, and things that it can be useful for, and maybe reasons that you might be able to use it that maybe you didn't think of previously. But there are an awful lot of things it would do, and we're going to save some of those for another day. If you would like one of these, I got my FLIR 1 from Optics Planet, and Optics Planet was kind enough to give me a code to share with you, and it gives you an across-the-board 5% discount on your entire order. And that's really cool. When I told them I was going to do a quick review of this FLIR 1 and start sharing it with and answering questions with things in our world, they offered to give me a 10% discount, but it's only going to run for 2 weeks. I'll have the information in the description below this video, and if you watch this video after this 2-week period is up, be assured there will still be a running 5% discount, and that will be in the information below this video too. So I hope that you enjoyed this short video. Thermal imaging is really, really cool, and I couldn't be more pleased that it's becoming so available and so affordable. That was something that was never even thought of, only a few short years ago, and now I'm starting to see a lot of them. We're going to explore it a lot more in depth very soon. If you did enjoy this, please click like, share us with your friends in your vast social media universe, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and until next time, have fun and be safe. And if there are any tests you would like me to do with the FLIR 1, please ask below in the comments, and I'll be happy to work any of those in that I possibly can. Take care.